The rain pelted my windshield as I gripped the steering wheel, trying to stay calm while my brother Marcus raced ahead in his red sports car. It was past midnight and I was following him home after another night at the bar. Another night my parents insisted I rescue him. "Emily, he's your brother. Family takes care of family," Mom had said in her urgent call an hour ago. At 24, I was exhausted from always being the responsible one, from cleaning up after my 28-year-old brother's chaos. But tonight felt different. Tonight would change everything. Marcus swerved recklessly between lanes. My phone buzzed, probably Mom checking in, but I ignored it, keeping my eyes on the car ahead. Then his brake lights flashed. He pulled onto the shoulder and I followed, heart thundering. "Marcus, are you okay?" I called, stepping into the rain. He stumbled toward me, keys jangling. "Give me your car. Mine's almost out of gas." "What? No, you're not driving. Get in the passenger seat. I'll take you home." His expression darkened. "Don't tell me what to do, little sister." Before I could react, he shoved me aside and snatched my keys. I lunged for them, but he pushed harder. I lost my balance, crashing against the side mirror. Time slowed. Marcus leapt into my car, started it, and the door swung open just as I tried to stop him. I was dragged along the wet asphalt before my body slammed onto the road. Pain lanced through me. Blood trickled down my face, my right arm bent at an impossible angle. Through blurred vision, I watched my brother's taillights vanish into the darkness. I don't know how long I lay there before sirens cut through the rain. A police car had spotted Marcus driving erratically and pursued him. They found me thanks to the trail of blood and debris. The EMTs arrived, Sarah with gentle hands and fierce eyes. "You've got multiple injuries," she said, stabilizing my neck. "Who did this to you?" Before I could answer, I heard my parents' voices. "Emily, sweetheart." Mom rushed forward, Dad close behind. "Don't say anything to them. We'll handle this privately," I tried to warn her. Sarah's eyes narrowed, unwavering. "Ma'am, your daughter's injuries are serious. This isn't something you handle privately." Dad stepped forward, his jaw tight. "We know what's best. Emily, tell them you don't remember what happened." Sarah held up her phone, showing them the dashcam footage. Their faces went pale. "Your son abandoned the scene. Your daughter needs medical attention, and this will not be swept under the rug." Mom opened her mouth, but Sarah cut her off. "Step back or I call the police. Your choice." As they loaded me into the ambulance, I caught a glimpse of my parents huddled together, powerless. For the first time, their family loyalty couldn't fix this. "You're safe now," Sarah said. "And we're going to make sure this doesn't happen again." At the hospital, the harsh lights illuminated every cut, every bruise. 3 broken ribs, a fractured arm, a severe concussion, and countless lacerations. The physical pain was sharp, but the emotional wounds cut deeper. Sarah stayed past her shift, documenting everything. Photos, reports, and evidence for the police. My parents arrived, disheveled and angry. "Emily, honey, Marcus didn't mean to hurt you, he was just having a rough night," Mom insisted. Sarah stepped into the doorway, arms crossed. "Your son left his sister bleeding on a dark road. This isn't a rough night, it's assault." Dad's voice dropped low. "You've done your job. You can go now." "I can't," Sarah said firmly. "I'm a mandated reporter. I stay until the police arrive." Color drained from Mom's face. "Police? No, Emily, you can't talk to them." Then Marcus entered, shockingly sober and unrepentant. "Come on, sis. You're not really pressing charges, are you? It was just a misunderstanding." I stared at him, really saw him for the first time. Years of enabling, of sacrifices, of his selfishness flashed through me. "A misunderstanding?" I repeated. "You stole my car, assaulted me, and left me bleeding on the road. Which part don't you understand?" "Don't be dramatic," he scoffed. "You're fine. Mom and Dad will cover the car." 3 broken ribs, Marcus," Sarah interjected, ice in her voice. "Would you like to see the x-rays?" 2 police officers arrived. My parents huddled, Marcus's smugness faltering. "Miss, we need your statement about tonight's events," one officer said. Dad interrupted, trying to shield Marcus. "It's just a sibling misunderstanding." The officer's gaze hardened. "Sir, dash cam footage shows your son fleeing a serious assault. This is not a misunderstanding. This is a crime." Mom sobbed. "Please, Emily, don't do this to our family." I looked at her, then at Marcus, now shifting nervously. Finally, I met Sarah's encouraging gaze. I want to make my statement, I said firmly. And I want to press charges. The hospital room erupted into chaos. My mother wailed, my father threatened to cut me off, and Marcus lunged forward, only to be restrained instantly by the officers. You ungrateful little, he snarled, revealing the selfish, violent man he'd always been. Sarah stepped firmly between my family and my hospital bed. I think it's time for everyone except the patient and officers to leave. As my parents were escorted out, I heard Mom's sobs echo down the hallway. For the first time in my life, I didn't feel guilty for standing up for myself. Sarah stayed beside me as I gave my statement, a silent anchor reminding me I wasn't alone. The truth poured out, not just about tonight, but years of Marcus' violent outbursts and my parents' cover-ups. You did the right thing, Sarah whispered once the officers left. Protecting yourself isn't betraying your family. I nodded, tears finally streaming. I know. I just wish they could see that. Little did I know, Sarah had set events in motion that would force my family to face the truth about Marcus and themselves. 3 months later, I sat in the courthouse waiting room, my hands nervously smoothing my blazer. Sarah, now a trusted friend and ally, sat beside me. My family was nowhere near me. They had chosen to sit with Marcus across the room. The prosecution had a rock-solid case. Between Sarah's documentation, dash cam footage, medical records, and multiple witnesses of Marcus' past violent incidents, he faced serious charges. The judge is ready, my lawyer said, appearing at the door. As we filed into the courtroom, I caught my mother's eye. She quickly looked away, the conflict clear on her face. Dad sat rigid, staring straight ahead, while Marcus wore his usual smug expression, though it faltered slightly when he saw Sarah, now in formal EMT uniform, ready to testify. The proceedings moved swiftly. The prosecutor laid out the evidence. Photos of my injuries, the road where I'd been found, the damaged car. Then Sarah testified, her voice unwavering, detailing not only my physical state but the family's attempted cover-up. And then came the surprise. Your Honor, the prosecutor said, we would like to call Catherine Martinez to the stand. A young woman I had never seen walked forward. Slightly limping, her eyes sharp with determination. Ms. Martinez, please tell the court about your encounter with the defendant 2 years ago. My brother paled as Catherine described how he had hit her with his car in a parking lot and fled, leaving her with permanent injuries. My parents had paid her family to keep quiet. We also have documentation of other incidents, all quietly settled by the defendant's parents, the prosecutor continued. I watched Mom sink lower in her seat as the pattern of enablers unraveled. Dad's stern expression had been replaced with something resembling shame. When Marcus finally spoke, his arrogance cracked. Faced with undeniable evidence and multiple victims, he accepted a plea deal. Mr. Thompson, the judge said, voice cold and measured, your actions reveal a pattern of violence enabled by family privilege. This ends today. The sentence was firm. Jail time, mandatory anger management, and restitution to both me and Catherine. My parents sat stunned as their son was led away. Outside the courthouse, Mom approached me for the first time in months. Emily, I'm sorry. We should have protected you. No, Mom, I replied quietly. You should have stopped protecting him. Dad joined her, older than I'd ever seen him. We thought keeping the family together was right, but we were wrong. Sarah, ever vigilant, stepped forward. It's not too late to do the right thing now. They looked at her, the EMT they had tried to silence, who had instead brought the truth to light. Dad nodded slowly. Thank you, for doing what we couldn't. 2 years later, Marcus had served his time and was in intensive therapy. My parents had sold their house to pay restitution and were working with a family counselor to confront their role in enabling his behavior. I had healed, physically and emotionally. Sarah and I started a support group for survivors of family violence, helping others find the strength to speak up. Catherine Martinez became one of our most active members. Last week, I received a letter from Marcus. For the first time, it contained a genuine apology. I'm finally facing who I am and who I want to become, he wrote. I showed it to Sarah over coffee. Do you think people can really change? I asked. She smiled, that same fierce determination she had the night she found me on that dark road. Yes. But only if they're forced to face the truth. You did that for your family, Emily. You broke the cycle. Looking around at my life now, built on truth not secrets, on strength not silence, I realized she was right. Sometimes the bravest thing we can do is refuse to stay quiet even when the people we love ask us to. And sometimes the family we choose, like Sarah, can save us from the family we were born into.